let's proceed with our third teaching video, part 3. Okay, the concept of profit maximization. So in this particular part, we will learn how the market structure attain their profit, how to calculate the profit of those market structure, those four market structure. So first of all, we need to know this one. I already mentioned in the previous teaching video. Perfect market, only perfect competition is in there, and in perfect market we have monopolistic competition, monopoly, and also oligopoly. But for oligopoly, we don't do the calculation, we just look at the graph. Okay, so how to calculate profit? There are two approaches. So the first one is total approach, and the second one is marginal approach. For total approach, basically we are comparing the total revenue with total cost. Okay, it's about comparing the total revenue minus the total cost. So how you can find profits? Basically, as simple as profit is equals to total revenue minus total cost. So it's the way you can find profit using the total approach. Okay, so what should you do is you should calculate the total revenue first, and then you find the total cost, and you can find the profit. Okay, so the use of total cost and total revenue for profit equals to total revenue minus total cost. Profit is maximum when the differences between the total revenue and total cost is the highest. Okay, so kita akan ambil maximum profit tu senang saja, you tengok dekat kotak dia, and the value the highest, meaning that is profit maximization. And bear in mind, profit maximum also means equilibrium in market structure. Okay, so we have learned before equilibrium in the market. Equilibrium in the market means when the demand curve intersects the supply curve. That is equilibrium in the market. Now we are learning about the equilibrium in the market structure. So equilibrium in the market structure means profit maximization. Okay, so they will give you a table like this. Okay, so if it is not mentioned what types of market structure this table belongs to, you can guess by looking at the price. Okay, in this case, it's already mentioned it's about this table is about perfect competition. Okay, hopefully you still memorize my first teaching video. I teach you how to identify the types of market structure belongs to which table according to the price. Okay, so in this case, look at the column for price. So the value of price is always consistent, the same. So when the price constant, unchanged like this, meaning that this is perfect competition. Okay, and while we have another table here, look at the column for price. Okay, the price is varies. Okay, berbeza. So bila harga tak constant macam ni, mean that this is not perfect competition, and we have two options only. It's either monopolistic competition or monopoly. Why not oligopoly? Oligopoly, we don't have calculation using table. I already mentioned it before. Okay, so here let's go for the perfect competition table first. Okay, so to find TR, hopefully you still memorize this. Okay, you already memorized the formula. TR means price times quantity. Okay, so in this case we have the price here, this is the quantity. So you can fill up this box. 10 times 0 is 0. Okay, when we are not producing anything, of course we won't have any total revenue. So our total revenue will become 0. Okay, 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. You can proceed given the figure there. Okay, and here TC was already been given. Okay, I have the table I already filled. Okay, So here, okay, I already do the calculation here. 10 times 1, 10, 10 times 2, 20, 10 times 3, 30, and so on. Okay, so to find profit, because this is already given here, it's as simple as total revenue minus total cost. So 0 minus 10, so it's negative 10. 10 minus 26 is negative 60. So bear in mind, the first column here, even though we are not producing anything, our total cost is there. So relate back with chapter cost and production. Why we still have costs even though we are not producing anything? This is the total fixed costs, such as the rent of your firm. You need to pay rent even though you did not do any production. Okay, and here, after I already deducted the total revenue with total cost, you can see the highest is 11, because we would like to find the maximized profit. So this is the figure. Alright, so they will ask you, after you already find where the value of the maximized profit, they will ask you what are the price and quantity at that time. Itu akan kita panggil sebagai price and quantity equilibrium. Sebab ingat lagi, kalau kita belajar pasal market, okay, when we learn about market, basically we have, okay, this is for price, quantity, okay, so we have one curve. The downward sloping is the demand curve, the upward sloping is the supply curve. This represent the seller and this represent the buyer. Okay, the intersection here, we will get equilibrium. Okay, why is it important to find equilibrium? Because we would like to know what is the price equilibrium and what is the quantity equilibrium. So this is equilibrium in the market, when our quantity demand is equals to quantity supply, and we will have two essential information, which is price equilibrium and quantity equilibrium. Okay, so go back with the market structure. Market structure, profit maximization. Okay, for market structure, if we want to find profit maximization, meaning that we are looking for the equilibrium. Profit maximization will occur at equilibrium, because equilibrium is the best point for everybody. Okay, so macam tadi yang saya tunjuk yang total approach tadi, okay, here profit maximization, profit paling tinggi sekali dekat sini. Okay, meaning that here is where our equilibrium occur, kat sini. Okay, so bila ada je istilah equilibrium, they will ask about the price and quantity equilibrium. So look at here, this one is the quantity equilibrium, and this one is the price equilibrium. Okay, so kita tengok soalan our question before. Ini kan, bila they already ask you to calculate, and then dia akan bagi tahu soalan kedua, determine the equilibrium output and profit for this firm. See, bila ada je profit maximization, of course they will ask about the equilibrium. Okay, so I already have answer for this, so I'll show you the answer. Okay, so question 2, right? Okay, right, so we already done the calculation there. Okay, so calculate average revenue and marginal revenue at every price level. So to calculate average revenue, I'm making another column to calculate the total revenue first. Okay, so dalam exam sekarang you draw the table and buat satu column to calculate the total revenue. So total revenue is formula is AR or P times Q. So in this case, market price is P, this is output, is our Q. Okay, so I got the total revenue here. And then with the total revenue, we can find the average revenue. Average revenue is basically total revenue divided by the formula for average revenue is total revenue divided by quantity. Okay, see here, total revenue divided by quantity. But I already mentioned to you, average revenue and price, the value will be the same, and we already do that to prove that in our second teaching video. Okay, so you don't need to calculate it. Basically, tak perlu buat pakai formula ni, you just follow figure untuk price tu je. Okay, because P is also equals to AR, so AR is basically P. So dapat tak nilai dia sama, 25, 25, 20, 20, 18, 18. Okay, and then what should you do is you need to find MR. So MR, the formula is change in TR over the change in quantity. So change in TR, bawah tolak atas, 20 tolak kosong, 20, 36 tolak 20, 16. Okay, quantity 1 tolak kosong, 1, 2 tolak 1, 1. So this number divided by 1, the value will be the same. Okay, 20, 16 and so on. Okay, so bila dia tulis cost per unit macam ni, I think I make some mistake about this one. This is not how you answer this one, because it's already mentioned here, this one is the cost per unit. So cost per unit to average cost, bukan TC, average cost. Should we do here? If you have AC, you can find TC is basically, according to the formula, kalau you ada AC, to find TC is basically AC times Q. You akan dapat TC. So in this case, we have our AC and we have our Q. Okay, so you must times these two. Kosong darab kosong, kosong. Okay, tapi it's okay. 26 times 1, 26. 15 times 3, So this one is wrong. I'll do the calculation. This is for ECO162. Okay, this is AC, not DC. My mistake there. Alright, so kita tengok soalan lain lah, sedang sikit. Sini lah senang. Alright, so we have TR here, and DC already given there. So the question without TR, dia bagi question 4. This is question 4. Okay, without TR, you can find TR is basically P times Q. So price per can is the P, and Q is produced or demanded is the same because the value is the same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you choose any and darabkan price to Q. So you got this figure. Okay, and they asked to find the total profit at each level of production. Okay, when you have TR, TC already given, to find profit is as simple as TR minus TC. So bear in mind, you tak boleh tukar formula. For example, TC minus TR, cannot. It must be TR minus TC. Okay, so here I got the value of profit there. You can do on your own. Please do the calculation. Okay, so the second question will be, what would be the profit maximizing level of output and price for the firm? Okay, for this one, you should see the highest profit. Okay, so the highest profit here is 10.25, 10 ringgit and 25 cent. Okay, so what is the output there? During that time, the output is 5. So profit maximization level of output and price ni maksudnya equilibrium output is quantity and equilibrium price. Confirm bila dia suruh cari profit maximization, of course dia akan tanya apakah harga dan kuantiti pada waktu tersebut. It's important for you to have highlighters so that it's easy for you to find where it occurs. Okay, so hopefully you can get this. And the price is 5.25. Okay, and then afterwards dia suruh calculate the marginal revenue and marginal cost. If you have already our TC and TR, of course we can calculate our MC and MR. See here, I make again the table. Okay, I redo the table and I put quantity, TC, MC, and then I find MC because it's changing TC over changing R. Hopefully you are okay with that. Okay, so atas ni dia tak akan dash. Sebab apa? The quantity start from 1, it's not 0. So they have value here. So we assume when the quantity is equals to 0, the TC is also equals to 0. Okay, even though in real life, we know that TC will always exist. So tak apalah, yang ni is okay. Okay, so this is calculation 2. Hopefully you can do the calculation for MR also. At profit maximizing level of output, state the amount of profit made by the firm. So here we already have the information. So is the above firm a monopolist? Explain. Because in the instruction, dia cuma bagi tahu a firm producing canned pineapple. Dia tak bagi tahu pun what types of market structure is this. So to identify which type of market structure, you look at the price column. So here our price, okay, is different, are different. Maksudnya dia varies, berubah-ubah, tak sama. So ada dua option je lah. It's either monopoly ataupun monopolistic competition. Okay, so sekarang dia tanya, dia monopolis ke? So dia ada orang kata chances to be a monopolist, because to basically know whether it's monopolist ataupun monopolistic, you must calculate the elasticity. But it is not asked to calculate elasticity. Dia cuma suruh tanya, betul ke ini monopoli punya table? So jawapannya yes, it is a possibility. This one is monopolist. It's either monopolist ataupun monopolistic. Why? Because the price is not constant, showing that the price is different, right? Okay, showing that firm can control its price maker. Okay, right? So look at this one. But this one is not related yet. Okay, so hopefully you can understand that. Alright, equilibrium means profit maximization. Profit maximization is equilibrium. So bila ada je equilibrium, macam kita belajar pasal market, when we got equilibrium, we should know what is the price and quantity at that current time. And that price and quantity is called as price and quantity equilibrium. Okay. Okay, let's go for the next slide. And this is for the monopolist and monopolistic competition. Same here. You need to calculate TR. 10 times 1 is 10. 9 times 2 is 18. 8 times 3, 24, and so on. I have already the table yang dah di fill up. This is the table. Okay, as you can see here, the highest profit kita ada 2, 6 and 6, right? Kita ambil yang paling bawah. Okay, sama macam hari tu. Kalau kita tengok yang marginal product, cost ke, sama je. Kita akan ambil yang bawah. Okay, so here, bila that yang saya buat highlight kuning ni, ini adalah equilibrium ataupun profit maximization. So what are the price at that current time? It's 6 ringgit. And what is the quantity at that current time? Is 5. So this is price equilibrium and quantity equilibrium. Okay, so that is the first one. I already explained this in the second teacher video. Right? So now the second approach to calculate profit in market structure is using marginal approach. Okay, tadi kan kita kata we have two ways to calculate profit for market structure. Pertama, total approach, which is kita cari beza antara TR dengan TC. We need to find the table for TR and also table for TC. While the second one, okay, we will use the marginal approach to calculate profit. So what is marginal approach? The usage of marginal revenue curve ataupun figure with marginal cost curve and figure. Okay, tengoklah kalau soalan dalam bentuk table, figure. Kalau dalam soalan dalam bentuk diagram, it will be curve. Okay, so ini adalah the way to calculate profit for market structure if the question give question on diagram like this. You tak boleh kira TR and TC, dia lebih kepada penggunaan the method to find profit is using the marginal approach. We need to find the value of MR and MC. Okay, so next is profit is maximum when MR is equals to MC. Okay, and here we will have the point of equilibrium, and from equilibrium we can find the quantity equilibrium and also the price equilibrium, which is price also means average revenue. And at the point of equilibrium also we can find the value of AC, because we need to calculate profit. Profit is TR minus TC. TR, the formula is AR times Q. Formula TR, AR times Q. While TC, the formula is AC times Q. So this is the formula to find profit. Kalau kita tak ada lagi, kita raw, kita tak boleh cari nilai TRTC to find the value from the kalau dia bagi diagram. Formula for TR is AR times Q. Formula for TC is AC times Q. Okay, so it will give you this table. Okay, this is perfect competition because the price is the same. So first of all, you need to find the value of TR. Price time quantity. Fill up the value there. 10 darab 1, 10, 10 darab 2, 20. And find the value of AR. AR is basically TR bahagi Q, tapi kita dah tahu nilai AR is basically the value of P. You don't need to calculate then. The same. Copy paste je. Kalau saya lah dalam komputer. Tapi you tulis je balik 10 je macam. And the value of MR is changes in TR over changes in Q. But we already done our calculation in part 2. For perfect competition, basically, if you calculate the value of AR and TR and MR, AR and MR is the same. Because the diagram is like this. P is equals to AR, also equals to MR. So, kalau you dah tengok harga dia sama macam ni, tak perlu susah-susah nak kira AR, tak perlu susah-susah nak kira MR. So kalau P ni 2 je macam, AR akan jadi 2 je macam, MR pun akan jadi 2 je macam. Kalau P ni 5, dia pun akan jadi semua 5, dia pun akan jadi semua 5. So be smart. If it's perfect competition, you need to calculate. Just follow the figure of P. Okay. So for our question tadi, here, right? So I have the value of AR and MR here, and then the original question, it gives you TC, okay? So you need to find MC. So basically, MC is the change in TC over the change in Q. So change in TC is basically, kat atas ni kita assume 0. Okay, ini perubahan 10 tolak 0, 10. Kat sini, change in Q. So masa kuantiti kosong, perubahan dia 1 tolak 0, 1. So MC is 10 over 1 is equals to 10. And go next, because formula of MC is equals to changes in TC over changes in Q. Okay, so here 26 minus 10 is 16. Okay, 2 minus 1 is 1. So 16 over 1 is equals to 16. Same goes here. 29, 26, 3. 3, 2, 1. 3 bahagi 1, it's 3. Okay, so I already have the table yang I already fill up. Betul tak? 9, 16, 3. You can do your calculation on your own. Okay, because I'm not giving this table ni yang dah fill up. Saya bagi table yang kosong. So you need to do this so that you ingat. Okay, so here, macam mana kita nak tahu profit maximization? Kita tak ada column untuk kira profit lah. If you have MR and you have MC, what should you do is, you should find the value when MR is equals to MC. 9 dengan 10 tak sama kan? 10 dengan 16 tak sama. 10 dengan 3 tak sama. 10 dengan 9 tak sama. 10, 10. So when the value of MR is equals to MC, so this is where the profit maximization occur. Sebab profit maximization ataupun equilibrium occur when MR is equals to MC. So in the table, MR equals to MC, 10 dengan 10 kat sini. So you know this is where profit maximization and equilibrium occur. Okay, so dia akan tanya awak, what is the price at that current time? It's 10 ringgit. What is the quantity? it's 8. Jangan tertukar pula yang price and quantity. Okay, and kalau kita tunjuk dari segi diagram, you learn in chapter cost, MC bentuk dia J-shape kan. Untuk di diagram dia sama, P equals to AR equals to MR equals to demand, because this is about perfect competition kan. Okay, so if you draw the diagram, you draw another MC there. Sebab kita sketch tak pakai kertas graph semua tu, you just draw a J shape there, bentuk Nike kat situ. Bila dia bersilang dengan MR here, so here adalah equilibrium ataupun profit maximization, whereby MR is equals to MC. If you want to put figure there, the price is 10, the quantity equilibrium is 8. So basically it's the same like what we learned in the market. Bila kita jumpa equilibrium, kita akan jumpa harga equilibrium and quantity equilibrium. Cuma yang bentuk dia berbeza lah, sebab sekarang we are learning about market structure. So equilibrium market structure, MR is equals to MC. Nah, ini condition for equilibrium for market structure, MR is equals to MC. So bentuk MC J shape, bentuk MR is a straight one, horizontal, perfectly elastic demand curve, MR. Okay, so this is for perfect competition. Next is, we'll go for monopoly and monopolistic competition. Okay, how do I recognize this table belongs to the monopoly and monopolistic competition? You look at the price. Price keep changing. So bila price keep changing macam ni, dia tak constant, it's either monopoly or monopolistic competition. Okay, you can calculate TR is basically price time quantity, 10.1, 9.2, 8.3. So you have the value of TR here. And you can calculate AR, but I already mentioned to you, AR, the value is equals to P. So basically, it's the same value. Okay, but you must calculate the value of MR. Why? Because untuk monopoly and monopolistic competition, nilai MR tak sama. Kalau you ingat lagi masa saya ajar teacher video yang second one, okay, the value, here, okay, P is indeed equals to AR, but our MR is not the same, the value is different. So in terms of the diagram, MR di bawah, PAR demand di atas. Okay, so in this case, you need to calculate the MR. Okay, so MR, same calculation. Okay, I already explained in the second teacher video. Changes in TR, okay, 18 tolak 10, 18. Changes in Q, 1. So kat sini 18 over 1 is equals to 18. Okay, this one 0, this one 0. The changes is 1, the changes is 10. So the first part is 10 over 1 is equals to 10. Okay, and here is 24 minus 18. Berapa? Ini pun 1. Okay, I won't waste my time do the calculation again because we already have that in our second teacher video. So I'll show the table with the figure already. Alright. So here we have the value of MR. 10. I'm not sure. Not this one. Sorry. This one. Okay. 10, 8. My mistake lah tadi. Because I said this one is 18. 18 tolak 10 bukan 18. It's 8. So 8 je. Okay, so dia adalah 8 bahagi 1. Okay, so here in the field Okay, dan dia bagi kotak TC, suruh cari MC. So saya tak explain balik lah. You can do your calculation for MC. Is basically perubahan TC bahagi perubahan Q. Okay, when we have both column fill up, to find equilibrium, kita cari nilai yang sama. Bila MR is equals to MC, so dia berlaku kat sini. That's why I highlight this line, this row. Okay, and then masa tu dia akan tanya, what are the price at that current time? It's 6 ringgit. And what is the quantity? It's 5. So this is the price and quantity equilibrium at profit maximization or equilibrium. It's the same. So in terms of the diagram, it will be like this. MC still bentuk J, tak kisahlah dalam perfect competition ke monopoly ataupun monopolistic competition, MC rupa dia memang J-shape untuk Nike. Tapi untuk diagram monopolistic, dia akan jadi downward sloping. PAR di mana atas, MR di bawah, because value MR is lower kan. The value of MR kalau compare, nilai dia lagi rendah, ni 8, ni 9, ni 6, ni 8. That's why in terms of the diagram, dia duduk belah bawah. So where did the equilibrium occur? When MR bersilang dengan MC. So dekat saya dot merah ni, inilah equilibrium profit maximization. So normally student buat kesilapan macam mana? Bila dia buat macam ni, price kat sini, dia kata ini adalah price equilibrium. This is wrong, because this is the MR curve. So if you got the value here, this is the value of MR, not the value of price, bukan value price. So price ada kat sini. So when you got this, okay, you got the equilibrium, you kena buat garisan straight. Bila garisan equilibrium tu kena dengan garisan yang ada price, then baru you bawa ke tepi, ini adalah price equilibrium. Untuk quantity normally student memang tak silap lah. So dia berbeza dengan monopoly tadi, perfect competition tadi. Sebab perfect competition dia tak ada dua curve, dia AR dengan MR dia duduk kat tempat yang sama. That's why when you got equilibrium here, you bawa ke tepi, you terus jumpa price equilibrium. And untuk quantity bawa ke bawah, terus jumpa quantity equilibrium. Tapi untuk yang ni, selalu student buat silap. Dia jumpa equilibrium, dia terus bawa ke tepi, dia kata yang ini adalah price equilibrium. This is very wrong. Price equilibrium dekat price berada. So garisan dekat, after you have found your equilibrium, you buat garisan putus-putus, and then tak apalah nak buat garisan solid pun tak ada masalah. Ini kita panggil sebagai garisan equilibrium ni. Ini adalah garisan equilibrium. And dekat mana dia kena dengan bertemu dengan curve P. So ini adalah punya price equilibrium. Okay, so kita tengok soalan. So this is the question. First kita tengok yang perfect competition. Inilah perfect competition. Why I say this one is perfect competition? Because demand is straight, elastic, horizontal demand curve. Okay, so where is the equilibrium? Because the next question dia mesti tanya, state the profit maximizing price or output. Bila dia kata profit maximizing ni, mean that dia nak apa? Dia nak equilibrium lah ni. Okay, so what should you do is you need to find equilibrium. So where is the equilibrium? Equilibrium means MR is equals to MC. So this is your MR curve, this is your MC curve. Tu J tu. So kat mana dia bersilang? MC bawa ke sini, MR bawa ke sini, dia bersilang di sini. So this is equilibrium. Okay, so make sure you can identify the equilibrium Alright, so at equilibrium you can find the information of price equilibrium, and another one is the information of quantity equilibrium. So you have answered the question. Okay, so kita tengok apa soalan yang dia boleh tanya. Okay, jangan lupa baca arahan dia. The figure below shows the price, marginal cost and average cost curve of a firm. Dia tak bagi tahu types of market structure is this. It's okay, you'll be fine. Okay, tengok bila demand equals to MR, bila MR straight ada satu je market structure. And this also means here is equals to price, also equals to AR. Condition equilibrium kita tadi. Tak apalah. Okay. So, the first one, dia tanya, name the type of market structure the firm is operating. So, your answer will be perfect competition. How do you know it's perfect competition? Because MR straight ni perfect competition je. Kalau monopolistic, downward sloping. Okay, so your answer will be perfect competition. And they asked to justify your answer. How do you know this one is perfect competition? Because you know the demand is equals to MR. Betul kalau dia bagi tahu macam ni. Lagi satu, you boleh pakai alasan because MR is constant. Yelah, straight line kan, maksudnya nilai MR sentiasa 9. Tapi you tak boleh jawab because price is constant, ataupun you tak boleh jawab because AR is constant, ataupun demand is equals to price. Cannot, because this one is not in the diagram. You kena jawab apa yang ada dalam diagram saja sebagai reason. Okay, state the profit maximizing price and output. We already found that. Okay, so for this one, make sure you list down. Okay, jangan tinggal kat dalam diagram je. Make sure you list down. Okay, so price equilibrium is equals to 9, RM9. Quantity equilibrium is equals to 150. So yang lain-lain ni apa? Ini semua perangkap ni. So kalau you don't know how to find equilibrium, you akan letak macam-macam jawapan lah. Okay, next is kata calculate the amount of profit or loss at equilibrium point and state the type of profit. Now we don't have table, we only have diagram kan. Tapi kita tahu formula profit is equals to TR minus TC. So what is the formula of TR? It's basically AR times Q. What is the formula of TC? It's basically AC times Q. So you have ATC, which is also means AC. You know this one is AR. The price is AR. So at equilibrium, you know the value of AR is equals to price also. It's basically 9. So 9. And the value of Q is the quantity at equilibrium is 115. 150. While for AC, okay, the value of AC, you know this is AC, ATC, AC curve. So kat mana equilibrium tu kena dengan garisan curve dia. Ni garisan equilibrium panjang kan, so dia kena kat sini. So bawa ke sini. ini adalah the value of AC. Value of AR. So, cost awak lagi tinggi daripada revenue, hasil. What will you expect? Bila cost lagi tinggi daripada hasil. Hasil jualan awak RM20, cost awak RM30. With that, you rugi. Subnormal profit. Okay, so here AC is 15 times 150. So do the calculation, you will get the figure. So I have the answer already here. Question 3. So, right, I already labeled that. Label the type of profit. Okay, calculate the profit. So this is the calculation. 900 100 15 100. So you dapat negative 900. Sebab tu kita tak boleh tukar TC tolak TR, tak boleh. Dia mesti TR minus TC. So dia tanya, state the type of profit. Type of profit, it is subnormal profit, rugi. Rugi nama lain dia adalah subnormal profit. Bila TC awak lagi besar daripada TR, total cost is bigger than total revenue, you have faced loss, subnormal profit. Okay, yang lain tu kita belum belajar lagi pengiraan dia, tapi saya nak tengok soalan ni terus. What is the value of average variable cost and the profit maximizing level of output? Okay, so bear in mind, dari sini ke sini adalah AVC, dari sini ke sini adalah AFC, sebab maksud AC ataupun ATC adalah apa? Not sure I boleh contek kat sini. Tak boleh je. AC, ATC, okay tak? Tak boleh saya contek dekat sini je. AC ataupun ATC ni bermaksud AFC plus AVC. So, kalau dari sini ke sini adalah AVC, sini ke sini adalah AFC. So, sekarang ni AVC awak dekat equilibrium ke dekat sini, ini adalah nilai AVC. Ini adalah nilai AC, 15. So, kalau nak cari AFC, how to find that? Guna this formula, pusing kerja lah dia kan. AFC is basically AC minus AVC. AC 15, AVC 7. So, your AFC is equals to kenapa tak datang saya 15 tak 7 ni? Okay, macam sini kan, AVC is equals to oh sorry, sebab soalan nak tanya AVC sahaja. Okay, so sebab soalan nak tanya AVC sahaja, you need to know how to get the value of AVC je lah. Tapi yang saya ajar tadi, macam mana nak dapatkan nilai AFC. So, bila 15 tolak 7 is equals to 8. Kalau dia tanyalah soalan AFC. Okay, so you got AFC is equals to 8. Tapi kalau dia nak TFC, formula TFC adalah AFC darab Q. So jangan blur, sebab this one is application chapter cost tu masuk balik. Macam mana nak cari AFC? Dah tahu dalam AFC kita 8 kan. Q kita, Q yang ni lah, Q equilibrium ni 150. You boleh dapat the value of TFC. Okay, alright. So kita tengok satu lagi. Soalan monopolistic competition. Okay, this is the instruction. It was already mentioned there. This diagram is about monopolistic competition. Okay, so first question, label curve A and B. What is A? Dia ada dua yang downward sloping kan. Dia tak ada patah-patah, so dia bukan kinkered, dia bukan oligopoly. So A is basically equals to B equals to AR equals to MR equals to demand. So that is A. What about B? B equals to MR. So lama-lama bila you dah buat latihan, you akan nampak lah. Okay, so dia kata the demand curve for monopolistic competitive is relatively elastic. Why? I already explained this on part 2. Okay, so it's relatively elastic monopolistic dia lebih elastic, monopoly dia lebih inelastic. Sebab reason dia kat sini lah. Product has few substitute untuk monopolistic. Untuk monopoly, product has no substitute. Sebab tu inelastic. Inelastic maksudnya the buyer is less sensitive ataupun responsive with the change in price. Harga naik banyak pun kuantiti akan turun. So this is the reason. Product has no substitute, so sorry, because our diagram tadi is about monopolistic. So this is the reason. Product has few substitute, have 4 to 9 firms producing the same product. That's why, because of the availability of substitute, the buyer is more sensitive with the change in price. Ada sikit dia peningkatan harga, kuantiti demand akan turun banyak, because the buyer will buy from the other company, because there is other company selling the same product like yours. Okay, and then dia kata, so you need to explain why. Okay, state the profit maximizing output and price. So now the trick is you must find equilibrium, because profit maximizing means equilibrium. Okay, so where is your equilibrium? Where your MC intersect with MR. So equilibrium occurs here. So this is equilibrium. Okay, step kedua, after you have got your equilibrium, you must make the equilibrium line. Highlight kan dia. Okay, this is the equilibrium. So dia nak tahu output. Output is quantity. So where is the quantity? Here. It's 14. Quantity ataupun output. And next is price. Normally student salah dia buat kat sini. Ini dia kata 13 is the price. No. Price duduk kat sini kan? So garisan equilibrium kena dekat garisan price, baru ke tepi. So this is price equilibrium. So your answer will be, you list down output equals to 14 okay, output equals to 14, price equals to, berapa price kita tadi? 17. Calculate TR, calculate TC. So dia bukan suruh cari profit terus, dia suruh kira satu-satu. So we know that the formula for TR is AR times Q. So our P is also our AR. So ini adalah nilai P, nilai AR. Q 14. So 17 darab 14. 17 times 14 dapat nilai TR. While TC is equals to AC times Q. So mana nilai AC? ATC is your AC. kat mana dia kena dengan garisan equilibrium, curve dia kena dengan garisan equilibrium. Ini adalah nilai AC. It is $15. So DC equals to 15 times Q. Nampak tak? Sekarang ni AR duduk atas, AC duduk bawah. Tak kisahlah yang equal dia ni dekat mana dia kena dengan garisan equilibrium. Kos awak lagi rendah daripada hasil. So kita boleh expect kita super normal profit untuk okay. So when you got this figure, you can calculate the amount. Next question, calculate the amount of profit or loss made by the firm at equilibrium. So profit is basically TR minus TC. Okay, we already calculate up here. Tak perlu lagi tulis balik AR times Q, AC times Q tu. Okay, so 17 darab 14 238. Jadi 238. Kenapa saya letak Q kat situ? Okay, 15 darab 14 equals to 210. So 238 tolak 210. It's 28. Tapi tak ada simbol tolak ke depan tu, itulah normal, super normal profit. Okay, and dia kata calculate the amount of profit or loss made by the firm. Sketch a diagram showing the long run equilibrium of this firm. Monopolistic. Long run dia macam mana? We have learned this in our second video. Okay, untuk monopolistic competition, long run dia adalah normal profit. So how to illustrate normal profit? You must draw that. Okay, so the drawing will be I'm still leading off using the pen. I'm so sorry. Okay, MR P equals to AR equals to demand. Okay, and then we have our MC. This is price. This is quantity. Okay, here is our equilibrium. So kita buat equilibrium line. Kita dapat kat sini P. So untuk menunjukkan normal profit means zero profit. P mesti sama dengan AC sama dengan AR. So where should you put your AC curve? Betul-betul on the line. Salah. Betul-betul kena dekat titik tu. Buat betul U. AC is U. Okay. So this is normal profit, the long run profit. Okay, so I'll stop here. You may try a few of a question there. Perfect competition, monopoly and monopolistic competition, dia diagram. Boleh try dulu. Yang ni oligopoly abaikan dulu. Next teaching video saya akan lagi detail pasal profit structure.